the 2K Sports pregame show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports.
Bye-bye, Ernie.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, from everyone here at 2K. And as things... Thank you, D.A. And Millsap is as crafty as it gets on defense. One of the most underrated players in the game. Doris should be quite a battle tonight. Two terrific front courts. What do you expect to see?
Well, I'm really curious to see the level of physicality on the interior in the painted area, each side trying to impose its will upon the other. Who does the better job invading the space and contesting shots? Just don't invade my space over here, Mr. Harlan. Keep to your side of the table, will you?
I wouldn't think of it. I would not think of it. A look at the starting group for the Magic.
Oh! Millsap is walking off like,
oh, Kevin, that is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
And Westbrook, here we go. And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle.
Outside, George. Outside, Levine takes the three. Jordan with the rebound. And it's the Magic with the ball. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And we're able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night. And you're not going to be able to win with a percentage as low as theirs that often unless you defend.
Well, it happens sometimes, obviously, where you don't shoot it well. And when your offense is out of sync, you have to gut it out on the other side of the ball.
And for a while, you had to wonder how Russell Westbrook would play if he was the standalone leader of a team.
What we found out is Russell Westbrook is now an MVP. This guy was the unquestioned leader of the team, and I thought the entire group reflected his intensity on the court.
Westbrook against Fox. Noel sets a screen for Levine. Noel, a screen on Korver. Levine, a stupendous finish in traffic. Levine's got his first 2 points.
Tell you, feeling the contact and the concentration to finish through it. Nice by Levine.
Here's Westbrook. The baseline jumper goes down.
Well, what a terrific option he is for them. Really puts a ton of stress on an opponent.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Fox kicks to George. Kept alive by Washington. The pass to Fox. Pass to George. Over Millsap. And it's George again missing. Outside Westbrook. 1:30 left to play here in the first. Outside Millsap. No good on the triple. Washington's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Fox kicks to Levine. Here's the three. That shot misses. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
And last season, I think we saw just what could be a preview of what the Washington Wizards can be moving forward, right? They return to the second round of the playoffs. They have a clear core and strength to build around for the future.
Shot clock at 3. Russell Westbrook again. Westbrook's got 8 points.
Well, how strong does Russell Westbrook venture into the paint? He is outstanding this close to the rack.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Again, Levine missing. And Doris, as you mentioned, it had been a roller coaster of season finishes for the Wizards over the last few years. Now they know exactly where they stand.
You know, Kevin, I think equally important, they know the destination they want to get to. John Wall has shown he is an elite talent in the NBA who can carry them in a postseason series. And I think as long as Wall is there, this team has an opportunity to contend in the East.
Fox kicks to Levine. Shoots over Korver. They get it again.
Don't you love how Noel just sticks with it? Never gives up on the possession, working really hard for his guys.
No good that time. A good close contest so far as we finish. Magic out in lead. Thanks for joining us in this Thanksgiving presentation of the NBA. Washington trailing. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Washington, Paul George is out there with Carter. And it's Fox. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's Noel in at the 5. Just 5 to shoot. There's a screen by Noel for the 3. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Korver with it. Now defended by LaVine. Kicks it to Westbrook. Jordan the screen. That's a 2 from Korver. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Korver's got the lead up to 4 now for the Magic. Fox with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Carter the pass to Fox. There's a screen by Noel. LaVine for 3. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
Come on now. We're talking about a big-time athlete with Zach LaVine. Catches the ball, gets into his rhythm, all in one motion.
Here's Millsap. Comes up empty off the pick.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You know, that's okay, I think. Even though they miss, they still have to be happy with the shot selection.
And certainly while the injury for Zach LaVine and his ACL was devastating, Greg, it's good to see him back on the court, and he seems to be on track to making a full recovery.
And Kevin, still amazing to me to see just how far the medical community has come in terms of treating ACL injuries. LaVine is such an athletic monster. To lose even a little burst would have been huge. Fortunately, though, with modern medicine, it's going to allow this guy to make the most of his potential still.
To the paint, here's Ariza, stolen by Carter. Outside, LaVine. George dishes to Noel. And George kicks to LaVine. No, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. They get Russell Westbrook. And nice to see Zach LaVine back out on the floor after seeing him lose the back half of last season to injury. Doris, that was a tough blow for him, tearing his ACL, but he hopes to have a full recovery.
Well, I think, Kev, the key piece here is sports medicine can do so much more now with the recovery of an ACL. And when Zach LaVine is healthy, with his burst and the ability in the open floor, this guy is a sight to behold.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Another miss by Westbrook. Wizards have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. LaVine kicks to Carter. LaVine against Korver. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Kyle Korver.
Well, I'll tell you, 13th pick in the 2014 draft, LaVine still with plenty of upside. He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
Westbrook with it. Now defended by LaVine. LaVine against Westbrook. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
All right, a chance to look at some stats for Zach LaVine. He had a strong showing last season. he was around 19 points a game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, hard to win if you can't get points productivity, and that's what makes this guy valuable to that second unit.
I think it's been a long rebuild for the Magic, but they really feel they've got a plan in place.
Well, you've heard the front office talking that they're going to win at least one championship by the year 2030. And I got to say, that's an interesting quote, to say the least. I mean, I have heard of a 5-year plan, but a 13-year plan, I guess you'd call that building for the long term.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
Well, he's obviously anticipating different movement there, and instead of an easy connection, the pass sails straight into the front row.
Now, here's Fox. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. There's a screen by Noel. Outside, George. George missing again. And we're through the first half of basketball here. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome back,
Show.
everybody. It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie, it was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. That'll do it for now.
The dome of the U.S. Capitol building looking absolutely grand as we make our return to Washington, D.C. Now Fox on the court for Orlando. They've got Kyle Korver. Jordan is out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard. Here's George. Shoots over Korver. Here's Levine. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Levine's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Wizards. Dishes it to Millsap. Lets it go from 14. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And the Magic lead by 1. Doors, back in college, you earned a master's in education. How close were you to pursuing that path versus veering into becoming an analyst for basketball?
Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, I always felt like I would be a high school teacher and a basketball coach. And someday maybe I'll coach a boys high school basketball team. Very close, Kevin. I happened into broadcasting. I left coaching at Providence College. They put their women's basketball games on radio, and that was my entree into the business. And slowly but surely, it grew every year.
But still educating still, right? I mean, don't you feel there's a part of education to being an analyst?
Oh, there's no question about it. You are trying to help that viewer to be as close to the action as we are fortunate enough to be. And sure, just describing what's going on. It's a lot of fun.
You are a PhD in broadcasting.
And another lead change. The fans are really getting their money's worth here tonight.
Well, this is what they pay to see, right? Competitive, close games are simply the best to be involved in.
Here's Westbrook. Shoots over Fox. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
We know that Russell Westbrook isn't afraid to mix it up inside. He knows how to get defenders to hit him on these opportunities.
And Nerlens Noel out of Kentucky, slender and mobile and long. And Craig, he can cover ground in a hurry.
Boy, and you can see it in his rate of steals to go along with the blocks. That quickness is a huge asset in today's game. It's all about versatility, both offensively and defensively.
And that one's good, George.
And offensively, they finally seem to be coming around after an ugly first half.
Westbrook passes to Jordan. Millsap sets the pick for Westbrook to the middle. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Westbrook. Millsap's got it all tied up now for Orlando. Fox kicks to George. On the wing, Levine fires the 3. Ariza with the rebound. The Magic have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And it's Korver in the corner. Right side, Westbrook. And there's the feed to Jordan. Drops it in from 11 feet. And the Magic lead by 2.
Well, Westbrook can be a pass-first mentality when necessary. How about the recognition from the crafty guard?
Outside, Levine. It's George on the wing. And he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got 9 points.
He's been heating it up since the break, getting some excellent looks right now.
Westbrook dishes to Jordan. Westbrook passes to Millsap. There's 38 seconds left in the third. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up. So we'll see Paul Millsap go to the line here. That one on George. For Orlando, they have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
And here is Fox. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
Ariza kicks to Millsap. Westbrook dishes to Korver. Feeds to Ariza. Shot clock at 6. Here's Westbrook. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And now a 5-point Magic lead. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Magic leading by 5. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Here is Korver. Fox is out there with Levine. Then it's Noel. Then it's Paul George. And it's Carter in at the small forward position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. Shot from the wing. Again, the Magic score.
Boy, maybe a little bit selfish to take such a tough shot instead of passing it off. But boy, as long as it's good, he won't hear about it.
Fox passes to George. For 3, Levine. Rebound by the Magic. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game. In the next game, it'll be played in Los Angeles. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip.
And you just got to love the way he moved the ball. Very unselfish.
I tell you, he's looking to set up his guys as much as possible. And you can tell his teammates really appreciate it.
Here's the screen. That's tipped. Noel, a screen on Korver. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
That's insane quickness by Zach LaVine. Hard to keep up with him off the dribble.
And so Levine nails both of them. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Westbrook drives in. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
George against Millsap. Noel sets a screen for Levine. It's hauled in by the Magic. Jordan's got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside Korver, pass to Ariza. He kicks to Westbrook, shoots over Fox, and it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Ariza. And now it's an 11-point Orlando lead. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Hey, Doris, with all the switching on defense, it seems like everyone has to be able to guard both inside and on the perimeter. Do you see us becoming even more of a positionless league?
You know, this is a fascinating aspect to me because you focus on a player like Draymond Green, who coming out of Michigan State was considered a tweener, somebody who was neither a guard nor a forward and didn't have the requisite skill set to be effective in the NBA. But there is true value to players, be it at the small forward, the power forward, or the center position, because because the league is such a heavy pick and roll, because the floor is so spread, Kevin, the guys who have the kind of lateral mobility and the basketball IQ to switch onto smaller players and stay in front and contest shots, they're crucial. For right now, this is the trend, and I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Scott Brooks' huddle. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back, guys.
Korver sets the screen for Westbrook. Shot off the screen. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That'll be his second foul of the game. Full 24-second shot clock. Here's Westbrook. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Goes back up.
Boy, Noel doesn't make anything easy. A ferocious defender who makes great use of that wingspan.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. So the first one drops, and that brings them within 8. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Zizic is checked in for Noel. Ilyasova comes in for George. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Vince Carter. And it's Henderson for Zach LaVine.
And how about the way Fox continues to improve his game? A capable scorer who also rebounds the ball well for his size. And still, though, he can improve on that perimeter jump shot.
6 to shoot. Here's Joseph. Here's Azili. And it's Zizic with the rebound. Guys, a comeback probably not in the cards at this point.
Yeah, I think you can put a fork in it.
Fox against Joseph.
Now the two undefeated teams.
So the Magic win it. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
LaVine with 39, George with 33. Yeah. I want to say there's like 4 from LaVine and like 3 from George that were wide open threes. That's covered with Kevin Love's stat line. Westbrook was 60, 15, and 15. He didn't shoot so hot as well, but he went to the line 8 times. I don't know much you can do about that. Trevor Ariza also with Kevin Love's stat line, so you have Kevin Love versus Kevin Love. Millsap with 27. But yeah, my team just played really cold. Bound to happen eventually.
Cars that cost dough to the big dogs living large, taking it light, pushing big toys, getting